Another day, another vlog, back at the shop. And today I think we might crank the car over. Just as I left her, nothing too crazy changed, but we're gonna be working basically towards the trunk of the car today. Work on the tail lights. There's so much shit inside of the trunk I need to vacuum up. Bolts, connectors, fasteners, clips, everything's just like laying there. I have to take the rear seats out to get a panel off to get the battery tray out so I can replace the battery fuse box. So that's the first step of this whole endeavor. I'm gonna fill it with some oil and see if we can't crank it. Also got to put the rear half of the exhaust on too, so we'll try to get all that done. So stay tuned. So as we discussed, I removed that back panel here and you can see access to the battery tray. These two bolts here, I think they're 212 mils, are the ones I was trying to get to and I couldn't. And then there's this nut on the back of the fuse box I got to remove as well. And then this should just pop out. Tons of corrosion and rust, but this looks like it's from battery acid actually. So let's get this all out and cleaned up. All right, here's that rusty battery tray. I sprayed some zinc primer on it, covered up the sticker because I want to keep it as original looking as possible. So I took a couple wire brushes and a few grinders to take any of the rust off it that was flaky. Then I degreased it, washed it, scrubbed it, dried it, and this is what you got. So unfortunately, you know, you get these kind of ridges, obviously on rusted pieces where the metal's been eaten away, but I'm okay with that because the battery's going to be underneath it. Sorry, it's going to be underneath the battery. And with the primer it looks good. I might spray it with a silver, but at least another coat of primer just to have it all good, and then we can put it back in the car. Alright, so I'm making some progress in the back of the car here. Well, I wanted to assess the damage. There's not much rust here on the top. I cleaned that mostly up. Our rust is here in the corner, which it's a combination of I guess the seam sealer being lifted up, so the metal underneath is rusting. So there's a lot of bad seam sealer there. That's why it's all patchy. Obviously some paint's been taken off there, and then the panels underneath. But I mean, I've been poking around. I don't see any actual holes or anything. So this, you know, it could be savable as we see it, but it's still a lot of work. I'm not even going to sit here and try to pretend it's not. So we got our battery tray ready to go, new fuse box. I'm going to put that in because we have priorities here. Cleaning all this up I can do later. I at least want to get that and all the wired up and everything ready to go. So, all right, fixed up the battery tray. Got it in here with the new fuse box. Got it all wired up. In the back, everything's good to go. So now I just need to put some fasteners here in the front. I think M10s or M12s, those two down at the bottom. All right, we're close. We're close. I'm telling you, I swear. See, there's a battery there in the back of the trunk. I want to give you some more good news. Yeah, battery, cool. Got my HKS high power mounted. Very cool. It's all the way. What do you call it? I have HKS downpipe. There's a straight pipe, some no-name straight pipe, and then it's a silent high power actually because it has a resonator box up there. You can see. There you go, resonator box. So yeah, that's all mounted up. The only dumb thing is I don't have my fucking gaskets, so I just mounted it up. I'm sure it's gonna sound like shit and have leaks, but I will have to go in later later this week, put the car back in the air, put the gaskets back on. So I'm gonna drop the car right now. I'm gonna pour oil in it, connect the battery terminal, and see if she cranks. All right, car's on the ground, all the exhaust fitted. All the underbody shit that I took off is all fitted, so now we're just filling it with oil. I have this Motul 5W40. It's a 5-liter jug. The oil change with filter is like 4.2 liter, so I'm gonna go down to 1 liter on this, and then probably put just a dab more there. Start it and check the dipstick and see where we're at. Had a bit of a battery terminal malfunction. Specifically, the cables on both my new fuse box and my old fuse box were not made for Japanese battery, so I actually bought a Japanese battery, but it seems mix matching between cars that had UK batteries and cars that had Japanese batteries. So I'm trying to go back to a full Japanese setup because you can get the batteries. So this is the Jimmy Rig shit that I have to have in order to try to start the car, which I'm going to do right now. Alright, and easily the most hilarious thing I've ever done related to cars. I started the car up. It started, things are clicking, but you know, it started, oil pressure came up, oil pressure was good. It's about 4 bar, whatever it's supposed to be at. Sat there and I waited about 30 seconds and I was like, oh, cool, it starts. So I'm gonna turn it off so I can actually record the first fire up. Now guess what happens? Just so you know, this is in real life here. All right, so check this out. Battery's connected. Put the key in. You hear that guy. I turn into the on switch. I got nothing. But previously, when I first started the car, it was things were clicking and all that jazz. So I could tell something was on. Oh, hey, the rear wiper's working. That's cool. Anyways, doesn't start. Nothing's happening. Fuck. Ooh, hi. Well, she doesn't start, but at least those beautiful HIDs turn on. I could deal with that. Well, we're running. Things are making funny noises. The power steering pump making some funny ass noise. That clicking is this stupid fucking GTR going on it. Yeah, seems to be working.